Okay, everyone, places. This is the final scene, so let's make this one count. And action.
Good evening everybody and welcome to another video. So what I was thinking is, during this lockdown, which now thankfully is looking like it's coming to an end, I thought I would try and build a cheap emulation PC and a PC that I can use to image old retro discs from Ataris and Amigas, maybe Amstrads and Spectrums and Einsteins. I don't know yet. I just had this crazy idea. And I'll explain why in a moment, but these are the parts that I've got, and I'm going to try and go through them now and explain what I've got and how much I paid. So without trying to knock too much, let's see what have we got here. Okay, so first off, video card, an Nvidia OEM GTX 760 1.5 gigabytes. Might work, it might not. I was given that, so I don't know whether it works or not. Sound Blaster Audigy, I know that works because that was one of my old ones. Now I ordered 2 gigs, 2 times 2 gigs of DDR2, 4 gigs in total, and 2 times 4 gigs turned up. So I've got 8 gig, but I don't know whether this motherboard supports it. So this motherboard here, where are we? There, motherboard there, is a Foxconn. What is it? It's a G31MX 46GMX series, and it's LGA 775, and on there supposedly is a Celeron E8300 at 3 gigahertz, I believe, 2.9 gigahertz maybe. Solder's working, not tested yet because I'm waiting for all the parts to turn up. A 250 gig boot drive, which will have either Windows 10, Windows XP, or a flavour of Linux on, I'm not sure yet what. A 2 terabyte data drive, because I'm going to put all my ISOs on for the games that I'm going to try and emulate: Scum, the Wii for Dolphin, all the Amiga stuff, all the Atari stuff. A DVD writer CD-ROM, just because I can do. SATA, okay, so everything's SATA. The motherboard supports IDE floppy drive, SATA, so that's pretty good. There's a 1.4 meg floppy drive, a Dell basic sort of clicky keyboard, I like the feel of these, and a Microsoft Optical IntelliMouse, and then at the back we've got a 600 watt power supply. Now it's not an 80 plus, it's just a 600 watt power supply, the cheapest I could find. All these are second hand, apart from the case, which is there, and the case there is an Antec VSK 3000B-U3 U2, and then this here is an Asus 3D 24-inch LCD monitor, and it's quite old. I don't know how old it is because I was given that as well, but I mean it's you know, it's where are we? It's that sort of depth. It's really deep, so it's like the original LCD technology. It's not LED. Anyway, case £20, power supply £18 including postage. Now I know a lot of people say don't use second-hand power supplies. I wanted to do the cheapest as possible. I'm not spending a lot of money on this. Cheapest as possible to get the machine up and running. If it works, great, I'll use it. If it doesn't work, I will sell it on as a basic internet machine with Open Office or something like that. No losses made, everything gained if it works. So as I say, mouse and keyboard I already had. Floppy drive I was given. SATA CD drive I was given. 250 gig drive I was given. 2 terabyte drive is one of mine here. So we're given that. That one's one of mine that I had in one of my old NASes, so it's had a fair few years worth of use, but I don't know. The meantime before failure, meantime between failures, about 50,000 hours, which is like 5 years, and it's not been on 5 years. And then the video card I was given, the sound card I had already, what should have been 4 gigs of DDR2, I paid $8.99 for. So if I've got 8 gig, that's a real bargain. But I don't think the motherboard supports it. And the motherboard, I put an offer in on that, and I think I got that for about £17. Oh no, sorry, apologies. That was £9.99 plus a fiver postage. So 10, 20, just 30 quid in those two. 38.99. And then the power supply, which was 15 quid. So for less than, so if we call it £60 in total. So for £60, I should have a machine that is capable of running almost every emulator that's available. And that's what I wanted to try and do, to see whether second-hand parts are worth making a retro machine. Now the only thing that won't be retro about it, as I say, is the case, because it's brand new. But it's one of those things. I was going to get a beige coloured case, but they were like 4 times the price of that, and it's not good. I don't want to pay that much for it. Literally do not want to pay a lot of money for these. So the only thing I'm missing now is a floppy drive cable for the floppy drive to the motherboard. Everything else I've got. I've got SATA cables. I've got power on the power supply. So this should be a fairly good build. Now, I'm not going to show you the build of this because it's putting bits into cases, and there's loads of videos online about that. So go and search on YouTube for PC building, and you'll find them all. Linus Tech Tips has done them. I'm sure the back office has done them. LGR's done them. Loads of people. So I'm not even going to go there, but I'm going to build it up now, and then come back when it's built, because I've not tested any of these components, and you'll see whether they actually work or not. Okay, so about 30 minutes later, everything's connected. I can't really zoom out much more on this because the camera angle itself is quite, well, there we go, that might do. Yeah, okay, so not the tidiest in here, and I've only got one SATA cable, so I need to find that. So the CD's not connected, the floppy drive's not connected, but the hard drive is. And I've changed the 250 gig drive for 128 gig SSD, because I just thought that why not, because it's already got Windows 10 on. Anyway, let's see what happens when I turn it on. Now, down here in the plug socket, I've got a power breaker, just in case it doesn't, so I don't fuse the house. But anyway, now, bearing in mind that it must be, what we're on, 2020, it must be 25 years since I've built a PC. So, fingers crossed, this is going to work. No, turn the power supply on. Okay. We turn the monitor on, do we? Right, so the 760 isn't working, so I don't think that works at all, so I might have to check that out. Luckily there's video on the motherboard, so we'll try that and see what happens. So let's unplug that then for the moment, because it could mean that that doesn't work. Okay, that's a bit strange. Oh, and it's only VGA. Damn. So it looks like the 760 doesn't work at all. So the machine's coming on, but there's no on off there. Okay. No on off on the monitor either. So I would suggest, yeah, the fan's not spinning on that. Oh, that's a real shame. Right, I'm gonna have to go and find a VGA to DVI cable and see whether that works.
Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.